Hello, everyone. I am wanting to record this message because I feel that it's best to communicate this kind of thing in a more personal way rather than just reading text and email. So thank you so much for coming and bringing yourselves present so that I can share some important news. So today I am sharing both a business and a personal announcement. Um, and it is related to that Eden and I have decided to part ways. We decided that in mid-July, and we are no longer life partners, and Eden is no longer going to be involved in the business. So I want to share just what this means. First of all, what this means for the business, and then I'm going to share a more personal statement at the end of this. So again, thank you so much for helping to hold space for me to be sharing this with you. I really appreciate all of you. So in terms of what this means for the business, my leadership in the business has continued in a stable way this past month, and that will continue. Some may wonder about what will the impact of losing Eden and her service as merchant priestess mean for the business. So I know, first of all, many people have come to love Eden, so there is going to be that loss of the personal connection with her. But in terms of the merchant priestess role, it is important for me to say that I worked very hard myself on developing my merchant priestess skills, and I was actively using them for 5 years before meeting Eden. So I do have a well-developed skill set on the merchant priestess side as well as the merchant priest. And a big part of that is that I have also a 23-year-long deep relationship with the divine feminine through my Tibetan Buddhist practice of Vajrayogini, a very, very sacred female deity. And she has been my main practice for the last 23 years. And this has really opened up great skills within me for connecting and bringing in the divine feminine. In mid-July, when Eden decided to step away from the business, my first task as the resuming the role of merchant priestess was creating a powerful new business altar. And that includes a new crystal grid. And that altar and that grid have really supported and empowered this transition. And I will have to share a photograph. It's a beautiful altar. It's gold, and the presences that came forth to be part of the altar have been very deeply loving and holding and stable for this transition. So I will be continuing to lead the new spiritual business community that I founded, Blue Lotus Network. This is something that had been seeded in my heart 6 months before we even had our launch. This is something that I was actively really providing a womb space for the seed for. We had a wonderful launch meeting in May where I asked the people who came for their input on what their needs are for spiritual community. And I have spent time with what everybody has said, both through the questionnaire and those who came to the live program. And I've designed a really beautiful next meeting for us that's going to be on August the 14th. And you are warmly welcome to join us if you have a spiritual business. So I will be taking 3 weeks off from the business for the move. So the last 2 weeks of August, and then for settling in on the other side, the first week in September. And after settling into my new home, then I will be offering my very first Sacred Commerce training on September the 24th. It is called the Fall Energy Reset, a business success attunement. And I am really excited about bringing in a whole new level of service through this fall reset for attuning your spiritual business this fall. And I hope that you will come out and join me. So in that, I will be bringing in the very best of my sacred commerce expertise to energize my tribe, my very, very valued tribe's businesses. So please do join me if it calls you. So I'm just going to take a nice deep breath here. So I also want to share on a more personal side around this transition. So I realize for those who have been part of the community the past 2 years and done programs with Eden, that this news may be surprising. And I would like to share that it has been quite surprising to me as well. It all came to light in early July when we went on our family vacation. There was no thought of parting before then. And as others may have experienced, the energies of July were very powerful. And it became clear within the first 2 weeks of July that we needed to dissolve the relationship. Incredibly quick and powerful discernment process. And the good thing about the quickness and the clarity of that discernment is that it has allowed us to move forward in creating good lives separately. So again, on a personal note, Eden was the deepest love relationship that I have been in, and the loss of our love and business relationship, it is big. And I'm holding space that at the same time, the time was ripe to complete our time together. It was exquisitely clear by the middle of July. And so this is a bittersweet transition for myself, and I imagine maybe for others as well. I count myself lucky that I have a very, very good therapist, and she has been a great sounding board for me during this time. And she has remarked at how grounded I've been through each step of this. And my friends have remarked on that as well, about how grounded I am, how I seem to be doing so well. So I appreciate the mirroring from the outside of how I have been faring through this transition. My energy has actually improved during the past month. My health is better. I had some health issues that have really cleared up, and my body is stronger, and I'm in a good place. So even as I'm grieving, I am in a good place. All of my skills for transitioning are serving me well through this. I would say that if any skill set that I developed, it's skills for moving through a transition well, and that is serving me very well. I will be moving back to the Halifax area where I lived before moving in with Eden and Dexter. Halifax brought me a lot of joy and was a location of great empowerment for me. In fact, I led Buddhist Project Sunshine from my living room in downtown Halifax in 2018. So that was the incredibly successful global social justice movement that I led that year. So Halifax is a place filled with good memories and energy for me, and I am looking forward to moving back. So I wanted to share this news in a video message to be more present with you in the sharing, and for you to be able to see for yourself how I am faring within this transition. I am good with my heart intact, even as goes through waves of brokenness. It is intact. And I continue to be fully present in my service to you. So in closing, just a few sort of key aspects of this is that this is a right parting, and the transition is happening in an angelically supported way. My leadership in the business has continued in a stable way since the parting, and it will continue in that same way. I have returned to the merchant priestess role in addition to my merchant priest role in the business since mid-July. And I will have to share with you a photo of the amazing new business altar that I created as my first act as returning as merchant priestess. I will be continuing to lead the new spiritual business community, so you can count on me for creating that space for us to connect and develop community together. The Blue Lotus Network. Our next meeting will be on August the 14th. And I will be offering my very first Sacred Commerce training in September, the Fall Energy Reset, a business success attunement on September the 24th. And I will be bringing in the very best of everything that I've learned and developed in my practice of sacred commerce to energize your businesses this fall. So I hope that you will join me in this energy and season of renewal and new energies coming in, and us journeying together, us co-creating a mutually empowering journey together. I am here and I welcome you joining. I also welcome hearing from you, anybody who's wanting to reach out about the news that I shared today. And yeah, I really welcome you joining me in these next spirit-supported steps. So wishing you abundance this day and always, and I look forward to us being in touch. I love you.